Namaskara and welcome to next part of this series. So in this previous part we discussed about the Buddha or a Guru. So if you can take a refuge to Guru completely, then there's no need for sadhana. But most of us, almost everyone, wants to become spiritual. They want to know the existence to its entirety, the nature of who this is. But at the same time, they also want to have a good life, good social life, wants to have success in the world. So in a way, they are sort of undecided for the spiritual path. So they want to take both of them together. Or because of the karma, they are unable to, devote themselves to the Guru. So this is where the second refuge will come, which basically means Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. So basically the word Dhamma is actually the Pali word. Pali was the language at the time of the Buddha. So the word Dhamma is very much similar, or you can say equivalent, to the Sanskrit word Dharma. Dharma is more elaborate and everything, which goes beyond the scope of the spirituality domain. But there are many similarities. You can say the same word, but the word Dharma is more exhaustive rather than the Dhamma, because Dhamma applies mostly to the spiritual domain. So what Dhamma basically means by Buddha is the law or the rules of the existence. For example, the Dhamma of the fire is to burn. The Dhamma of the water is to flow. The Dhamma of the earth is to become stable. So this is true with the word Dharma also. Now what Buddha actually says is, we suffer or we are not fulfilled because we are not in sync with the Dhamma. We are not following the laws of the existence. For example, as we are striving, we want to control the situation, we want things to happen our way, we want to convince the another person. But the existence does not follow our desire. The existence takes its own course. So rather than accepting the Dhamma or the laws or rules of the existence, we're actually trying to fight against it. We're trying to change it. So because of that reason, we suffer. So basically, the another meaning of the Dhamma is basically a teaching of a Guru, a transmission, a sadhana, a practice, meditation, all the tools that you use for the sadhana, whether it is kriya, pranayam, gnana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, gnana yoga, hatha yoga, raja yoga, kundalini yoga, all these different sadhana tools, these are all Dhamma. So why it is called Dhamma is because, as Sadhguru has mentioned, that the main objective of doing the sadhana is not to take you anywhere, but to be in sync with the existence. to be in harmony with the existence. And as Sadhguru has mentioned, that yoga, the word yoga, basically means union. There is a wrong meaning in some of the dictionary. If you go and look for it, it says yoga basically means to join or yoke. So basically yoga is basically the truth, the true nature. There is no division actually in the existence. Yoga is already there. The only thing is we have to realize that unity. So, as Sadhguru mentions, that all the sadhana and all the practices, spiritual practices, are designed so that your body, your mind, your emotion, your energies, they are in a perfect geometry. They are aligned in a perfect harmony with the existence so that there is minimum friction, so that your entire system works smoothly. So the main purpose of this sadhana is basically to be in sync, be in harmony, be in tune with the existence. That is why Buddha referred the teachings or the practices as Dhamma. But if you cannot take complete refuge on the Buddha, and you have so many things to do, you have multiple desires, rather than just the spiritual liberation, then you have to implement Dhamma. But many seekers who have already practiced different kind of spiritual processes and everything, they have come to understand that they always have a lot of limitations and compulsions. It's not that easy for each individual to, progress very rapidly. Some people will become intense at certain period of time, and then they fall back to the previous pattern. Although they know that, the sadhana is very, very important, they have to do it. But the body does not cooperate. And that is why Guru will provide different kind of practices, different kind of sadhana that is going to support each individual's need, and that is where the significance of Guru is. But even after a Guru is there, the sadhana is there, everything is there, but if you still struggle, that is where the third part comes into the play, and that is what we refer as a Sangha. So in the next video in this series will be about this Sangha. Namaskar.